Trey, how did you golf? There were no. It was you and Samaj in the car. You and Samaj Morgan. There were no clubs on the back, so you were borrowing that. Did you break any of their clubs, and how did you play?
I didn't break any clubs, but I lost a lot of golf balls.
Sure. Those are expensive too, man.
That's how I golf.
And I didn't realize that until they told me. They were like, "Man, I gotta give you my messed up balls." I was like, "Well, okay, don't give me a new one."
Right. Well, they're like $5 a piece, right, Clay? You should know.
You're probably playing Pro V's.
Probably Pro V's. So
did either of you guys play?
I did a little bit. I got out there with Coach Espo. Oh, my bad. I got out there a little bit with Coach Espo. I ain't hit too much, but first time.
first time.
I did the same thing with Trey. I lost a lot of balls, but I made contact on some too. We ain't gonna discredit that.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely made contact. That's half the battle. I gotta learn how to aim it.
That's the biggest thing. I don't know how to aim it. It go wherever. It go
it's
wherever.
kind of important. Yeah.
That's a big part of the game. So, Trey, I got to ask you about Quentin. Obviously, you guys go way back, and he's been talking
Ask me about who?
Q.
Okay.
So you guys go way back, and was that a big part of the reason, or any part of the reason that you ended up in Michigan?
Partly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just know how Michigan treated him over his time here. So it definitely gave him a leg up, I would say, in my process coming here. But I also had to see it for myself. Got around these guys.
Yeah.
And it made it easy to come here. It made my decision easy.
Just talk a little bit about how you fit in this room and how you guys have kind of adapted to each other.
I guess the fit is a better question for them.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't here before that. But, they welcomed me with open arms. I feel like I've been playing with these guys my whole career. So it's good. Appreciate them.
And Derrick Moore joins us as well. He's Alabama's worst enemy. Two sacks in that game.
Worst nightmare.
Yeah, worst nightmare. 2 sacks.
Yeah.
The game, the year before, a sack, and stop on 4th down. Well, what's that like? Does Justice Haynes? Well, he wasn't around for the last game, but he probably doesn't like you very much.
Nah. I talk a lot of trash to him, but he a Michigan man now, so he ain't got to deal with it no more. But he actually coming up right now, but he know what it is. hey, Justice.
What up, Justice?
What up, man? And we talking about Alabama, man. We talking about Alabama. Yeah. I said.
He's on the winner
now. On the winner side now.
That's what he was saying, yeah.
Derrick, it feels like your turn, man. When you look at the great edges that have played here, and obviously you've shown flashes of what you can do, how important is it to you to take that thing to the next level?
I feel like it's really important, like you said, I have been around, a lot of great guys, and in that room. I just sat back and just watch, learn a lot from them, things like that. I still talk to a lot of them guys. They give me a lot of feedback on what they saw from me and things like that. Going into this season, they pretty much just tell me, just let it all out. They know what I could do. I know what I can do, but they challenged me. They challenged me to really just pull out everything out of my bag and just go out to be a ball player.
Rayshaun, same question for you, because you've only backed up 3 first-round picks and Chris Jenkins. It's been a hell of a group that you've played alongside, because you had huge roles on those teams too. But what are you looking to show this year, considering that you're kind of the guy coming back?
I think the biggest thing that I want to show is just no drop in production. I could play the same ball that the guys before me could play. See the whole thing where it's big shoes to fill and big roles to play. I always had that pressure for myself anyway. So it's nothing to me. I'm just looking forward to being able to prove to people who've been knew what I can do right and prove myself right. Just showing that it been that, I just won my turn at that time. So that's the biggest thing.
What has Trey brought to the room? He was saying it'd be a better question for you guys. What has he brought? And also Damon Payne too is another transfer.
Yeah. Trey brought to the room. I think the biggest thing Trey brought to the room is energy. Me, I'm more so laid back, not too much gonna talk. Him, he gonna talk your ear off and some more. Then he gonna talk to anybody too. So he gonna keep the conversation going. So I think the biggest thing he brought is a older mindset, being able to teach me, even still, and just be able to pass along the message to the young guys, showing them, the process of growing up and being behind people, because it's a role you got to play, that you got to learn. it's a simple fact you got to learn. If it's your time, it's your time, and just being able to be patient and humble.
Derrick, high standards for this defensive line. Obviously, you want to keep that going. And we've heard from Wink Martindale that he expects this defense could even be better. Why would he say that?
For sure, I for sure think it will be better, than the previous years, and the reason why I say that, when you really look at this defensive line, you really look at it all around. It's a lot of guys who've been patient and been waiting their turn, So I feel like this year what make us different is that we just all hungry. I feel like we all ready to, go out and just play great, especially, play together. And that's one thing I love about this D line.
TJ guys, been one of those guys. What do we expect to see from him?
I want to see everything really.
Yeah.
TJ, especially, I train with TJ. The stuff that people don't see TJ doing, I feel like TJ don't get a lot of his name. Like he don't get his name out there a lot. I feel like a lot of people, doubt him and sleep on him a lot. And it's pretty much because he been waiting. He been waiting his turn. But last year he pretty much showed what he is worth. So I feel like this year he's gonna show pretty much the nation that he can ball out and play at the next level.
For the two guys on each side of me here, Lou Esposito was kind of thrown into the fire last offseason when he joined the program, and now you guys have had a full year to work with him. You're going into your second year working with him now. What has he brought to your room, and how has he helped you guys individually?
I'll go first. I say he brought a developed mindset. He kind of, when I think of him, I kind of think about like multiple coaches. He kind of remind me as a personality as my my first coach, Coach Noah. Then like he got coaching styles of I say Coach Mike Elston. So just being able to take away bits and pieces from him, he's a good person, good coach. He liked to make it fun for us, instead of it just being like a job. You feel me? Like we'll come in, everybody want to make jokes. You feel me? Before we get the meeting serious, just to lighten up the mood because you never know what somebody going through. And he always, the one to bring around the energy. We got this thing along the building. Everybody be taking this phrase. We call each other kid. Everybody be like, "What's up, kid?" So yeah, I say his energy and his attitude he bring to work.
I say the same thing. When Coach Louis first came around, like the first thing he welcomed everybody with his energy. He can flip it on real quick. Like he can pretty much get all of us hyped up for a football game. Like really, like real quick. Like motivational speech be like on point and everything like that. But he also, he also challenged us to like remember why we get up and do this every day. Why, like, who we doing it for, and like to like remember our why and never like forget, never forget that, things like that. So that's probably the few things I love about having Coach Lou.
Even with that, like not just our why, we know all our teammates why. We know why everybody is pushing each other. So it just help us. For example, one player mom, you feel me? Like, so you see him not, he not fully there today. Like, hey man, come on, mom need this, So just us being able to do it for each other and not be so selfish. Everything we do is for each other.
That's awesome. Tre has said on the record, we talked about this over there earlier, that he would get a penalty if he got a pick six. He'd celebrate so crazy. Then he would go to the oxygen tank if it's a long run. Rayshaun, any celebration in mind if you got one? And same thing for Derrick.
I got one that come to my mind. It's a TTG favorite. I don't know if I'll probably be in the same category as Tre. I'm probably getting a penalty too. But I feel like I earned it.
Yeah, if any one of us.
That's a once in a lifetime, man.
Yeah, I was about to say I ain't never scored a touchdown before.
You got one.
I want to be honest. So with me, so everything from my first sack and my first touchdown came across like my hometown, Maryland. I ended up getting a touchdown, and I ain't really get to do what I wanted to do. But this year, if I get a pick six, I pretty much told Coach Moore, I was like, "Hey,
forget it."
I said, "You just gotta just let it happen.
Take the
man."
15.
I said, we gonna
make up for it. We gonna make up for it.
I said,
what does he say to that?
He used to say, "Hey, man."
If you get a touchdown,
We better be up. We better be up 3 or 4 scores. Is probably what he's
Yeah,
saying.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really about the timing of,
Yeah.
Of course.
timing of it.
Yep.
You know, hopefully the timing of it play right to where the penalty don't even matter.
I said 40.
Trey.
I said like 40 family members in the crowd. I got it. I got to jump in the crowd.
Yeah,
got to.
that's fair if you're back in Maryland. Well, and Jalen Harrell took his helmet off against Ohio State after Rod's pick a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Didn't matter, but the review happened. It was like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah.
it
Coach
doesn't matter,
Harbaugh was
we
hot.
weren't
but
happy
you just got to know the
about that.
timing.
We weren't
Yeah,
happy
for that
about that.
Yeah.
But, it ended up working out. So
It did. Trey, you've been waiting. You've been waiting a while to be completely healthy, and here you are. Can you just talk about where you are in terms of your health and how excited you are to go through a season like that?
man, I'm
Yeah.
110% healthy.
Yep.
The off season has been great. This is my first off season where I've been able to stack what I did the year before on top of another year without having to deal with any setbacks or injuries and stuff like that. So, you know, I just feel good. I'm blessed. Like, be able to play, do everything with the guys and stuff like that. So I'm just blessed. I'm ready. I'm ready to play. We start camping about a week and a half. So it's time to go.
Talk about the offensive line and how much those guys have challenged you
Oh, yeah.
coming along.
Yeah, they've challenged me tremendously at practice. You know, Gio, Nate and Phoebe, Crippen, Jake, all those guys, man, they make practice real tough. But I know because they make practice tough, it's gonna be easier for the game. So, yeah, shout out to those guys for sure.
What worked for you in that playoff game? 2 sacks against Texas last year. Are you excited to help Michigan potentially get back to the playoff?
Man, I ain't trying to. We are going back to the playoff, but I don't know. It wasn't nothing different. I was just trying to use my power. That's what I'm good at. So I just use my power, you know, just trying to be disruptive, make plays. That game didn't end how I wanted to, but we're gonna rewrite that story with a new team. So yeah.
Rayshaun, is that one of the goals? Get back to the postseason and make a run?
facts. It's real big for me. It's something I kind of take to heart because I missed the natty year when I got hurt. So I kind of feel like I want to bring my own thing, and do it for myself to where like I can look back and take pride in it. Not that I can't take pride in our other ring, but this one would mean more to me. And I just think that's the ultimate best feeling for us to be able to do it, not just once but twice.